All right, we're now starting the recorder. The agenda's up.
Okay, my eyes are bad and this agenda looks horrible. So good evening.
No. I can bring it up. I'm sorry.
Be nice.
There we
Be
go.
nice.
I thought my eyes were getting worse by the second. Okay, so let's start with the public session. Do we have anybody for the public session?
Cedric Simmons.
Cedric, how are you?
I'm well. Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. And just to share with everyone, we have our precinct council meeting next Thursday at 6:30 via Zoom. I have the details. I can share that with anybody if you just let me know via chat. I'll share it with you. Okay? That was all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Cedric. Is anybody else here for public session?
No, we don't have no one else, Julie. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's move ahead with the agenda.
All right, it's going to be a nice one today, so maybe we go right in.
Okay, we have to commend the officers. We'll give you about 10 minutes. Are you ready?
Okay, good to go?
Good to go.
All right. Good evening, everybody. So for the current 28-day period, we show a decrease of 42% overall crime. Certainly less index crime victims. We did have one homicide as well as one shooting so far this year. It was related to domestic. Both occurred inside. In both cases, the perpetrator was almost immediately apprehended on the law. A quick shout out. It was a great job that they did in any further by as sad of a story as both of those incidents are. By category, again, one homicide so far. Rape, we're even, 1 versus 1. Robbery, a decrease of 7%. Felony assault, decrease of 36%. Burglary, a decrease of 53.8%. Grand larceny, a decrease of 58%. Grand larceny auto, a decrease of 50% as well. Been pretty busy here this prior week in regards to the strike at the Hunts Point Market. One thing I will say, two things I will say very quickly. First of all, it's nice to see that everybody that works over there got their $1 or $2 raised to make it a little bit more livable salary to have over there. A lot of good people that work in the market. One thing in events like those is you get to identify people within the community that genuinely care. It's an opportunity to identify those people, and many of them that were involved, we already know that they genuinely care. Take a quick minute to shout out our city council member, Anka, because he really got involved in genuine care and played an integral role in bringing this thing sooner than it could have been, and also prevented really unnecessary interactions between my officers. A lot of good people out there that are just trying to get a more livable wage. So thanks again to the council member. Two other people I wanted to very quickly highlight. A couple of days ago, we had a fire on 650 Moneta Street. A young family was displaced, two children, a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. 5-year-old attends Hyde Leadership Academy. We work very closely with them. They reach out to us. They say, hey, we have a 5-year-old that showed up to school in the January with only Crocs on their feet. It's cold out. We asked the child why they don't have shoes. They said they were displaced because of a fire in their residence. Reached out. Hyde Leadership reached out to us directly. Officer Ola and our officer Woody. They got the contact information for the family. At this point, these officers had a number of options. They could have reached out to me, said, hey, what can we do to get them some clothes? Out to people in the community. But if something happens, very often, and we don't always get the opportunity to highlight it. They went into their own and they took the shop. They took them over to Gap and Old Navy. Clavel, I think you're on the line. Just wanted to give you guys both a shout out for look so good and just highlighting some of the truly great work that you guys are doing on a daily basis. That's all I have. Thank you all again for your partnership. Questions, I'm here.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have anything for the captain?
No, just to say hello, Captain. It's me, love.
Hello.
Hello.
I do have one.
Hi, Captain Children.
Wait, is that Journey?
Yes.
Hello?
I did have one thing for the captain. We did open 909 Beck, and we started bringing in people this week. So far we have 15 tenants.
Sorry, we're messing with the phone here, and I think what was the
Yeah,
address?
I'm really sorry. If you're not talking, please mute yourself. There's a lot of people that I am muting, and if this continues, I'm gonna have to mute everyone. Because there's too much background noise. Captain, Julia, I'm so sorry about that, but please mute yourself. If not, I'm gonna permanently mute you. Thank you.
Okay, Captain, all I wanted to let you know was that we did open up 909 Beck Street, and we already have 15 tenants.
Awesome.
Yeah, so offline, I would like to discuss those.
Give me a call, whatever you need. If there's a time where there'll be people in, we can have some officers over there to watch the flow of traffic and make sure that they move in safely. Let me know.
Yeah, okay. I will fill you in.
Sure.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Okay. Thank you so much for all you do, and thank you everybody for doing what they do.
Appreciate you.
We do too. We appreciate you. Okay. I have to chair this, Captain. Okay.
No, you don't. I'm online now.
Okay, we're up to roll.
Julia Crespo just got online, so he's gonna take back. Okay.
Well, roll call. All right. I know that Yvonne's not online yet because she had another meeting she had to be on concerning the SWAB, which is the sanitation waste, the solid waste action plan. So I'm going to call out the names, I guess, and to say whether you're present or not. Ralph, are you recording this?
Yeah, it's recording.
Yes, it's being recorded.
Okay, thank you. So, Telvis Austin.
One that looks different now.
It moved.
Evelyn Arauz.
The radio.
Love Betancourt.
Present. Hi, Bobby.
Hi, I gotta call you back.
Okay, pa.
Miles Burnett.
Listen.
How you doing? Luis Castillo.
How you doing, everybody? I'm here, Mr. Crespo.
Okay, thank you. Paula Field Conyers.
She's here.
Hi,
She's on the phone.
She's on the phone. Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay. Stephanie Cordero is excused. She had a baby, and she had a baby today, as a matter of fact.
Hello?
Roberto Crespo is myself. I'm present. Altagracia Cruz.
Thank you.
Julia Cruz. Sandra De Jesus.
Present.
Kevin Ellison.
Yeah, you can repeat.
Tanya Ferguson texted me that she was working, so she's being excused. Pascual Gomez.
He's on the phone.
Okay.
He's a caller on the phone.
Okay, Shatoria McCoy. Greg.
hi, I'm here.
Hi, Shatoria. Guadalupe. Alexander Guadalupe. Yvonne's coming in later. Jesse Harris. Jennifer Kelman is excused. Her son's graduating today from school, so
it's his birthday.
Oh, his birthday. I'm sorry. Jeffrey Korn.
Here. I'm here.
LaShawn Lindsay. LaShawn Lindsay. Thaddeus Lindquist.
Here.
How you doing, Daddy? I ain't seen no heard of you before. Wow.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Barbara Lopez. Barbara Lopez.
She was here. I think she's on the phone, though.
Okay. Roland Lopez.
He's here.
Nicholas Mario. Luis Marrero.
Here. Presente.
Cedric McCluster. Cedric McCluster. Monique Minutes.
Present.
Reverend Moses.
He's on the call too.
Lynette Momo is out ill.
No, she's here. She's here.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Maggie Ortiz.
I'm here.
Larry Robinson. Larry Robinson. Larry Robinson. Sylvia Sanchez. Richard Sherman.
Here.
V.
I'm here.
Okay. Maria Torres. She's coming in a little late.
She's here.
Oh, she's in?
Yeah, she's here already.
Marilyn Wilton.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, John Udo Odom.
Pastor John.
Pastor John.
Yeah.
Okay, that's him.
So I believe we got quorum, right, Cynthia?
We have quorum.
Okay, thank you. That being the case, for now, proceeding. Hold on a second, let me get it. The adoption of the minutes, and as you know that we've stated, because of the COVID situation, everything is being recorded as the meetings go on. So when we have a time to transcribe the minutes, we will transcribe them and send them out. But we're about 6 months or 7 months back, so we're going to take us some time to do this. But everything is recorded, so if anytime anybody wishes to
Altagracia, can you please cover your mic because we hear your entire conversation?
¿El qué?
That we hear your entire conversation. Can you mute yourself?
No. Thank you. Ya.
Okay, Ron, can you mute her?
No, está bien. Ya se acabó.
I will.
Okay. Once we are recording this, and if anybody wishes to hear the recordings of any particular meeting, you go onto our website. It should be in there, and you can pull it out and you can hear it in case that there's something you need to hear again.
It's on YouTube. Danielle will put everything on the chat.
Okay, YouTube. I'm sorry. Thank you, Cynthia. Then after that, so adoption of the minutes will be submitted when possible. So if I could get a motion to accept the minutes as is right now, and if anybody wants to review it, can review it later on. A motion to adopt minutes.
I make a motion.
Altagracia makes a motion. Who seconds?
Thank you.
I second.
Who guys? Say your name. Jeffrey Korn.
Jeffrey Korn. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
My report is going to be sort of short. We had a meeting. The executive committee had a meeting Monday, and we had discussed the attendance. We had 6 people that were supposed to come to our meeting to speak up on our concerns as to attendance, and 5 showed up, 1 didn't. It was everybody had stated that they were going to be here, and I believe everybody was here. Everybody that was there is here today. However, there's one person that didn't show up then and still hasn't shown up today. And so there was a motion that if she didn't show up for today, we would make a motion to remove her from the board. And that is Sylvia Sanchez. She has approximately 4, Cynthia, or 5?
I would have to check. I'm not too sure. She's missed everything since March, though.
From March. So you're talking about April, May, June? No, April, May, and then all of this, the rest of this of now, which is September, October, and November, December. So we made a motion so I need a motion to agree to the suspension
I make a motion.
Or termination of Sylvia Sanchez.
I make a motion.
I make the motion. Altagracia and then Julia, right?
No, Sandra.
Oh, Sandra. Okay. Sorry.
All right. Let's put it this. I'm going to do it the way I always do it. Is there anybody against this removal of the board member? Is there anybody abstaining from the removal of this vote? So,
Abstaining.
Who's abstaining? Say your name, please.
Maggie.
Thank you.
So we have
anyone else?
Anybody else? Since there isn't anybody else, I will then assume that this is how many members we had today?
I'll tell you right now.
I have a question, if I may.
Who's this?
Monique.
Yes, Monique. Yes, Monique.
Y'all know how I am. Has anybody reached out to her and, requested that she, we find out if everything's okay, like why she hasn't come?
We have been. We've been emailing and we call and there's no response, Monique.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That is the procedure all the time, Monique. We always make sure we call, we email, we talk, we try to
and
get.
This is actually the second time that we have to bring her in for attendance. The last time we brought her in and she started coming back to the meetings, and then it's the second time, but we haven't had any success on contacting her.
Right.
Okay, I just want you to know my question always comes from a place of fairness. So thank you for clarity.
I can't hear you guys.
You want me to send you the code?
Rachel, put yourself on mute.
Hi, it's Maggie. How do we know if everything's all right with her?
We can't get in contact with her.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying, that we don't know if something actually really did happen to her, right?
Well, here's the thing. Most board members will at least make some attempt to contact the board, especially when we do the email and sending the mail. And if they're not responding back to either one of those and the calling, then our due diligence has been complied with. We emailed.
I'm just asking.
Hold on. We have Alexis from the BP's office here. She's noting this, and the Borough President's office can follow up with her.
Excuse me? What did you say, Ralph?
Alexis from the VP's office can follow up with her. That's the next step after the vote occurred just now.
I'll definitely email as well, Ralph.
Thank you, Alexis.
So if at the end of this, if Alexis cannot reach out to her, then the Borough President will officially remove her from the board. But we have to do the first step.
Well, you guys are voting on that now, Chairman.
Yeah, the first step.
We just, now there's raised concerns, and the Borough President's office have all her contact information. So out of courtesy, we can ask, the Borough President's office to follow up with her.
But I got a motion on the floor, and it's already second.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We're going to vote on it now. It's not that the Borough President, we're removing her if the vote passed now.
Okay. All right.
Is she still alive?
So the issue is then, since there's only one abstention, which is Maggie, unless there's anybody else.
The motion passed.
The motion has passed.
So Cynthia, we have a letter of removal. We can send it. We just have to CC the Borough President's office.
No problem.
Hi, Ralph. I also just and went straight to voicemail. So.
Perfect. Thank you, Alexis.
All right. This thing is, I'm having some problems with committees and them not fulfilling their obligations in meetings. I will say this, that at the executive meeting, Cedric McCluster stated that he wanted to remove himself as chair of the Education Committee, not because he cannot fulfill the obligation, but that he has a couple of other things that he has to do, some personal stuff he has to take care of also, and that he doesn't want the education, excuse me?
That's somebody's mic that's on, so.
All right. And so the executive committee accepted his resignation. Right now, there is no chair for the education committee.
You have a co-chair, Yvonne.
All right. There's a co-chair, which is Yvonne, which I have stated to her at the executive meeting that I have to speak to her, but she's been doing a few things that require some attention, and so I have not had the chance to speak to her. I will probably reach out to her this weekend and ask her if she's willing to fulfill the obligation of chair, a full chair of that. If she states no, then I will then sit down with Ralph and review everybody who has been on the board for more than a year, and we will review it, and then we will make a decision on who the chair will be for the education committee.
Okay.
We have really failed on this. I mean, we have failed with, just the other day in the news it came out that there was no, a lot of children will be receiving failed grades because unfortunately there was no, there wasn't enough tablets, or they're having getting failing grades, and this the children shouldn't be put in that situation when it's the Board of Education's responsibility to make sure that everybody, and this is a question that I had over 4 months ago when we found out that the schools were 6,000 tablets short. and it appears we're still short, and I'd like to know the reasons why. And so that's one. And then there was there are other issues concerning the COVID procedures with children that we need to know. What is the Board of Education going to be doing, and what are the procedures on this? They have not. We don't know, and we should know. So like that, we could put the word out to the community.
Yvonne.
Who?
Yvonne.
Yvonne? Okay. Yvonne, so at this point right now, until further notice, Yvonne is the full chair of the Education Committee until I get to speak to her and speak to Ralph over the weekend on this issue. Other than that, that is my report at this time.
Okay.
All right.
You want me to give my report?
Yeah, Ralph.
Okay. So, lots going on in the district, and I just, been trying to follow up with NYPD regarding our open restaurants in the district, making sure that they're complying with the rules and regulations. Unfortunately, everyone has this curfew 10 p.m. Following up with the construction at Del Valle Square. I'm happy that Felix from Parks is on. Just so that everyone knows, when we experience snow, Parks Department is responsible for cleaning the snow at Del Valle Square. So Transit is responsible for the stairway regarding the train station itself, but Parks is responsible. The last snowstorm that we had, the snow was not picked up, and I just want to be a little bit proactive if we can with that. Been also following up with DOT regarding the city bike. So if you can notice, the city bikes, they're all over our district, and I'm really concerned that we're losing parking locations. They have to do an analysis of a year to determine what locations, how many bikes are being used, because I am looking to downsize, if not eliminate, some of these locations if they're not being useful. I followed up with sanitation regarding the winter schedule, making sure that the garbage is being picked up. Sanitation, they're experiencing, because of the budget cuts, a lot of reduction in pickups. But I'm happy to say that our super has been really proactive and been communicating with me. And when we have some issues, some hot spots, he addresses it as quickly as possible. Just got the area by Whitlock and 165 where the 6 train dips in. Heavy debris and garbage, and I'm happy to report that sanitation did clean that up over there. Following up with the Department of Buildings of any work regarding COVID. We're fortunately that we don't have any around. And then just following up also with DOHMH regarding testing, track and tracing, and now vaccination. I know that Lewis is on. I don't know if Lewis wants to give us an update regarding that. But there's a lot of information. And I just want to also go on record that we need to be vigilant with a lot of these phone call scams. There's a lot of calls coming in offering ways of getting vaccinated. Please remind people that 99% of that is going to be a scam. And they're, attacking our vulnerable and our elderly in particular. So as a community, I'm requesting that we all stay vigilant on top of that. And, Mr. Chair, that concludes my report.
Is there anybody with a question to District Manager?
Yo voy a decir algo.
Yes, Mr. Gracia.
No, I'm going to say thank you, Ralph, because I was so happy today when I'm walking in the street and I see the truck cleaning the street. Thank you.
No problem, Altagracia. Thank you, Altagracia.
I can't hear whoever it is. Or
Chairman, I'd like to say something.
Hold on, Julia, you wanted to say something first?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you. Seaman Altagracia and Ralph, I want to thank you for the sister. I got a
No problem. No problem.
All right. Cedric, I see that you're on. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So that's where after the district manager's report, we will now have the borough president's report. Alexis.
Good evening, Community Board 2. I'm happy to hear everyone on the call. I just want to inform you all that I also emailed Sylvia Sanchez right now just to confirm. I don't want you guys to feel, I'm wondering if she's okay as well since everybody wasn't able to, speak to her. Other than that, I know that the borough president's report has been emailed to everyone. If anyone hasn't received it, please put your email in the chat and I'll send that to myself. Just a few reminders. New applications and reappointment applications are due back February 5th. If you could please email that and then mail the original copy, that would be awesome. If you have any trouble with that, please email me as well. And then for my new applicants, the EO certification.
Alexi, wait a second. Somebody has a TV on and it's coming through the phone. Thank you. Alexis.
Okay, so the EO certification form, if you could just please sign that and then email that back to me as well, that would be great. And also, there's a meeting attendance form at the end of your application. You can all self-certify, and then I can confirm with the board that you were attended at this meeting or at whichever meeting you attend. And that's all the reminders that I have for tonight. Thank you.
Okay, that's it?
Question of Jeffrey Corn. Mr. Chair, I just want to acknowledge now that we're going into the elected officials report that we are joined by Assembly Member Burgos, Cesar Sepulveda, and Council Member Salamanca. Do have a number of elected reps on. Cynthia has the list, and you can go down the list with Cynthia. I just got to step away momentarily.
Yeah. Ralph has to step away because he's got a meeting that he has to attend for the board for a few minutes, and he's got to make himself available to that. But I will continue. So I will go with our city councilman, like always, Councilman Salamanca. I want to make sure that you're on.
Yes, Mr. Chair, how are you? Thank you.
Good, Ralph. How are you feeling?
I'm well. First, Happy New Year to everyone and good evening. I'm excited to be here today. Maritza, she is on vacation, and so she's not going to participate today. Just some quick announcements. I'm pretty sure you all observed how last week there was a strike at the Hunts Point Produce Market with Labor's Local 202. Labor's Local 202 is, I'm sorry, Cynthia, is it possible that you can just mute everyone so that I can just go through my presentation?
I don't have access to that. That's Ralph.
So Richard and Larry, can you guys mute yourselves, please? Richard Sherman and Larry Robinson, if you can mute yourselves, it would be helpful. Thank you. So last week we saw that there was a strike throughout the Hunts Point Produce Market. My dad was a local 202 member for 18 years, and that's how I survived, in this community. Me and my sister and my family, and I proudly stood with the Teamsters. They were requesting a $1 raise. They striked for 6 days, and at the end of 6 days, they were actually able to get the $1.80 raise. Way more than the $1 that they were asking for. But it's also important that I recognize the leadership in the markets, the owners, because Jeffrey Korn, if you can just mute yourself, please.
Okay.
Thank you. it's important that, we also recognize the markets, because throughout this pandemic, I'm pretty sure you saw, I did over close to 50 food events throughout my district in the Bronx. And it was the markets, the produce markets owners who stepped up and gave out these, fresh produce. So I have to, also recognize the work that they've done throughout this. I'm excited that I was able to work with Governor Cuomo to ask that there be a mediator, a federal mediator, which they brought in, and that's how they were able to get to an agreement. For those of you that were following what was happening in the markets, just wanted to give you an update. For the next 4 Thursdays in a row, starting tomorrow, my office will do a on-site COVID testing from 9 to 5. So those of you come, all you need is an email, and you will get your results in 2 days. So I encourage you to come and take advantage. I know that the Borough President's Office spoke about community board applications. It's important for new individuals that want to participate, please put in your applications, but also your reappointment applications. It's important that you submit your reappointment applications, and attendance is crucial. I observed the vote that you guys did. I know that we have to follow up on the young lady to make sure she's okay, but needless to say, your attendance is important, and I applaud this board for always taking attendance as important as it should be, and removing individuals who are not fulfilling their duties. And then finally, I'm going to begin opening up my district office starting next week from Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5. But we're going to do constituent services by appointment only. You need to have an appointment to come in because there are certain guidelines that the Speaker's office is requiring me to do in order to open up my district's office. And with that, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Chair, for allowing me to speak.
No problem, Councilman. This is your home.
A quick question, Ralph. Ralph, the testing for the COVID testing, is it going to be self-testing or is it going to be done for them?
No, it's self-testing. So there's someone there, and they walk you through it on how to swab yourself. Okay. But there's also, if you follow me on social media, we're constantly, every week, we're posting different locations throughout my council district where they're going to be testing. My council district is one of the highest hit COVID locations. So the city is focusing a lot of their energy and resources into my council district to get people tested.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other questions to the councilman? Not hearing.
No questions, Bobby. Just to say hi. Hi, Councilman Salamanca.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you don't stay on too late. All right. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. The next one is our newly elected assembly member. We haven't been able to speak to him. So, Assembly Member Kenny Burgos.
Good evening. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Let me get my video on. How you doing? Bobby?
Good.
How's everyone doing?
Hi, how are you?
Thanks for having me on. I'll be brief. Just going to update at the state level. We've been, in session weekly, passing some pretty critical legislation. More recently, we passed legislation to allow New Yorkers to continue collecting unemployment benefits if they're quote unquote underemployed. So what that means is, if you're still collecting some sort of income before, that would impede upon you to collect your unemployment benefits. And now that won't be an issue anymore. Obviously we're in a tough time with COVID. We have many families hurting, especially here in my district. I see the need every day in my office. So we're working hard to really, really give an impactful recovery. And I will say a lot of my colleagues and myself going into this state budget, we're really working hard to make sure there are no cuts across the state when it comes to education, infrastructure, social services. We're really looking to raise revenue in our state, and by really targeting the wealthiest New Yorkers to really pay their fair share here. As many of you know, I'm sure, COVID has put us in a pretty hard fiscal crisis, but I think for too long, working class people and unfortunately poor people have had to bear the brunt of these crises, and we're just fed up with that. So at this point, we're really calling on Governor Cuomo and the legislature and all of us to push these budgets to the wealthiest few in New York who frankly have done well. even throughout 2020 and beyond. So with that, I will also add my district office is open, not for physical visitors. We are servicing people virtually and over the phone. I'll put the information in the chat. I also have my staffer, Rabbi Lillian Vargas, is on the call as well. But please, if you have any issues, whether related to housing, services, EBT, whatever it is that you need from us, just please give us a call, shoot us an email. But please do not come to the office. We're trying to do this the safest and best possible way. So thank you all for having me, and Happy New Year, belated, but Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Be careful out there, and thank you for everything, Assemblyman. And our next speaker is our state senator, every month, State Senator Sepulveda.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you to the board members for giving me an opportunity to address you. Several things happening at the state level. First of all, I want to inform people that many of our colleagues in government, Councilman Salamanca, myself, and other members in the district, we've given out a ton of food because food insecurity is still a major problem in our community. It's one of the hardest hit communities in the entire state of New York. We're going to continue that effort. If anybody's in need of food, they can call my office. In the chat, we'll provide you all information how to contact us, either through phone or email. We're going to continue. We continue to give out PPEs, especially masks. With COVID, the way it is now, we are now at 7.5% positive rate. We are the highest in the city again. And if we don't do things to protect ourselves, the numbers are going to get higher. Yesterday, I gave out 40,000 masks. And in the past, we were able to secure 250,000 masks with the Health and Hospitals Corporation that I know that they gave to people here in the Bronx. We're also
excuse me, Senator.
Clothing.
Senator, wait a second. Somebody got their mic open. I'm sorry. Somebody got their mic open and they're typing. Go ahead, Senator.
Okay, so we, in the spirit of keeping people safe, we want to encourage people to continue to wear their masks. As I said before, we've given out over 40,000 ourselves and secured about 250,000 with the Taiwanese government and the Taiwanese Business Council here. They've been very helpful to the Bronx. And so they gave us so many masks, and we're thankful to be able to distribute them. The vaccination program has been less than stellar. We were pushing the governor to make sure that after the essential workers and the first people that were receiving the vaccines, that it came into our neighborhoods, which are adversely impacted in a way that most other neighborhoods have not. To a large extent, both the mayor and the governor have kept their word about making sure that our communities are getting it. But I read a report yesterday that indicated that still Black and brown and poor communities are still at the very bottom of receiving vaccinations. I believe the total vaccination in our community is around 5%, where the rest of the city exceeds 27%. So as usually is the case, the Bronx is not treated equally, but we have to continue to fight as elected officials to continue to push the governor and the mayor to make sure that they take care of the people in this community, because if we don't do it, not many are going to do it. So let's stay on top of that. Session started now in New York State Legislature, and let me explain some of the things that have been happening. We passed a package of bills that are going to extend people's access to absentee ballot, lowering petition signature requirements, allowing for remote participation in party designation conferences, and as well as protections for residents in nursing homes. We don't want people out there. I understand that this is a time to start collecting petitions in special elections and future elections. We don't want people out there. There's so many candidates for different races knocking on doors and potentially being super spreaders themselves. So we were very proud to be able to lower these numbers and adjust some of these numbers so that people spend less time out there collecting signatures and potentially getting infected or infecting someone else. We also passed a series of small business legislation, which is extending eviction and foreclosure moratorium to include commercial properties now. So that is something that's big because many of our commercial stores are leaving because they cannot afford the rent. So there's a moratorium both on eviction and if you own the property that you have a business, a foreclosure moratorium. We've expanded unemployment insurance protections for employees as well and placed restrictions on third-party food delivery fees. Very important because people have been delivering food. Now we want to make sure that people that are receiving it aren't killed with delivery fees. I know that Assemblyman Burgos indicated the new unemployment benefits is called an hours-based rule for calculating benefits. What that means is that if you are a part-time worker, you are not going to get unemployment benefits. What we have done now is to make sure that we create a new rule that recipients that work part-time are not, their unemployment benefits will be reduced by the part-time number of hours that they work, but anything above that they're not working, they will now be entitled to receive unemployment benefits. The state, we've extended through legislation also the eviction and foreclosure moratorium until May 1st. And tenants that have endured COVID-related hardships, financial hardships, we encourage them to get the hardship declaration eviction form. That's a new form that first of all, the landlord's supposed to send to you, but if they don't and they attempt to evict you, they're going to have to establish that they sent you that. If you receive it, please fill it out. It'll protect you, that you can say that hardship caused you financial problems, that you cannot pay the rent, or there are other criteria, like, for example, if someone that you rely on has suffered from COVID or child care needs or something, there's different criteria. Please consider them because they will help you with any potential eviction. There's also a hardship declaration foreclosure forms. So if you own 10 or less buildings and you're not able to pay your mortgage, and you can, through this declaration form, you can establish that it's because of COVID that you can't. That could be tenants that are not paying because of COVID. There are different ways of skinning the cat so you don't go into foreclosure. If you want the application, you can apply to the Department of Housing and Community Renewal. Their number is 833-499-0318, or you can email them at covidrentrelief@hcr.ny.gov. Do not wait. The financial assistance for rent, the program that was created, the rent relief program, expires on February 1st. That's right around the corner. So if you believe you need that form, you can call the number that I gave you with DHCR. All of us now, legislative offices cannot be open because of COVID, but we're working through the phones. Now, we are doing a lot of work with unemployment claims. We've done over 650 at this point. We're doing a lot of work with SNAP and cash assistance, with Medicaid, landlord-tenant issues. Now, we have several lawyers that are helping our residents that are in fear of losing their eviction, their apartments. I myself, in my first life, was a housing lawyer, so I sometimes personally get involved to defend people to make sure that they remain on the premises. Now, if you need any information, you'll have it on the chat. My number is 718-991-3161, or you can email us at team@senatorsepulveda.com. Before I close, I want to give credit to Inspector Shiblin. There were some reports in the newspaper about how the precinct treated some of the people that were striking at the market. They were being treated unfairly. They were rough. And the people that I spoke with tell me that nothing was further from the truth. The precinct and the commanding officer and the people that have treated everyone with respect. It's unfortunate that sometimes people want to make a name for themselves by bashing police officers that do good work. And I want to make sure that people recognize and realize that the precinct acted with all due professionalism, as usually is the case with this precinct there. One last thing. We are passing legislation that increases outreach from the Department of Labor on the shared work program. Now, this is sponsored by one of my senator colleagues, and I'm co-sponsoring it. And that's going to require the Department of Labor to increase their efforts to provide information about employers, about shared work programs. Look, the state has over 40,000 jobs listed on their website. I encourage everyone to look in there. There may be a job you may need or you can find, even if it means you have to move somewhere else, but at least you can get a job. So we're working in the Senate. My office is working overtime. We are here to help. If anyone needs assistance, we encourage you to give us a call. Thank you so much. God bless everyone, and please stay safe.
Thank you, Senator, and the same to you, and staying safe out there. Larry, I'm sorry that I forgot that you wanted to ask me a question before. Larry?
Huh?
Larry wanted to ask me a question before.
Yeah, I want to say something about the schools. One of the problems I think you have with the schools, because people have been telling me this, when you go to the school nowadays, you have security there, right? But the security is not the one that approach you as you visit the schools. They have the maintenance guys. I'm trying to figure out why is the maintenance guys approaching parents, visitors about going into or having a mission to our public schools. I'm trying to figure that out. I think that's a major problem. Maintenance guy is a maintenance guy. He should be doing his maintenance, everything. But, it's like a buddy-buddy system that shouldn't work that way.
Well, again, you're totally right. In my understanding from the Board of Education and public schools, they should have school safety officers in the front doors. And so there shouldn't be any maintenance guys taking care of school safety issues. Some of the private schools or charter schools may not get school safety officers, so they have to do whatever they can within their budget. And the parochial schools, I know, like, for instance, St. Athanasius sometimes uses teachers or teachers' aides to be the security person at the door to let people in. So, it's a good question that you're asking. If it's a public school that you're talking about, then we got to talk about it and find out what's going on, because there's no reason any public school should be having a maintenance person at the door addressing anything concerning Board of Education.
Well, Bobby, I've been to a lot of public schools, and the maintenance guys are the guys that actually basically run the first interior, the first time in the school. All of them. I'm not going to mention the schools by their numbers, but I've been in this neighborhood a long time. I know them in the house, and the maintenance guys are the guys that dictate where the parents go, who they see, what they go to, who they can talk to, and come back later. That's totally wrong, Bob.
No, you're right. You're right. In order for us to get something addressed, you need to tell us who the schools are, so like that we can talk to our elected officials and have the elected officials find out, what's going on in that particular school. Like I said, if it's a public school, there is no reason that they don't have school safety officers at the door. That is the reason for the school safety officers. And so if that's happening, please text me with the schools, and I will call the elected officials and ask them to inquire on our behalf.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. No problem. Cynthia, I got it.
I have a question for Larry. This is Julia. Question for Larry. Was that an isolated incident, or was that something that you see more than once?
Larry?
No, it's a regularity. I've been to a lot of schools, especially in the summertime when I want to advertise the back to school events, and we always blocked it by the maintenance guy. And when you ask the maintenance guy, I say, "Are you security?" "No, but it's my job to make sure I know who comes in here." That's the type of response you get from them. They're very arrogant, very nasty, and they think they run the show.
All right, because it's something that's happening more than one place, and it is a big issue. All right, thank you.
And not only that, Larry, but I am a little surprised that you're bringing it up now when you're saying that in the summertime you've done this, you've seen this, and you've held back on this. You should have never held back on it. You should have told us so that we could try and attempt to stop it. You understand? I mean, if you're telling us now, we gotta react to it now. When if it happened in the summertime, we should have been able to know about it in the summertime, and we could have attacked it then. And then this way we wouldn't have this problem. But either way, text me the schools, and I will ask the elected officials to please let me know what's to intervene on our behalf.
Okay. Thank you.
And Bobby, you're right. Bobby, excuse me, I need to say something. You're right. But you know what, Bobby? Better late than never.
Yes, you're right. No, you're right. Better late than never. But the issue is, that I here we are already ready to hit February. The school year is almost becoming to finish in another 3 or 4 months. Okay? And so that means that almost 7 months we didn't know anything about. You know, and so it's a concern to me on how that's happening. And so, but either way, like I stated, let me get text to schools, and then I will forward it to our elected officials to act on our behalf. All right.
Thank you so much, Papi. Thank you.
I gotta go with you now to tell me who's on from the elected officials' office.
All right. So you have Suri from the mayor's office.
Suri, how are you doing?
Hi, sir. How are you?
I've had better days, but it's not your fault.
Same thing here. Probably we all do. Good evening, everyone. My name is Suri Miranda. I am with the mayor's office. I have a few updates that I want to share with you, and I want to first thank the district manager, Ralph Acevedo, for mentioning about the vaccine, the numbers of scam out there. Our office, and I just want to share with you that right now I'm working at the Vaccine Command Center, so probably that's why it has taken me longer specifically to stay connected with the community board, and I apologize for that. So I'm splitting my time doing my regular responsibilities as a CAU board director, but also at the Vaccine Command Center. One of the positive things is that our priority here is specifically to make sure that this is an equitable process. As all of you may know, we do have a shortage of vaccines, so that's why we have not been able to be as proactive as we want, specifically making vaccines available as we want, but we're trying to make sure to bring information to everyone. So with that intention, we are having a town hall in partnership with BronxNet next week on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Specifically to make sure that we're able to answer questions. I do know that there's still a lot of fear, and that people want to know how is that this came about so fast, and how is that the distribution is going to look like once we have more supply. So the intention of that town hall is to clarify all those questions. We do have additional updates, but I know that the time is limited, so I'm going to drop in the chat box a newsletter that my office have created with the intention of keeping everyone abreast in terms of all the updates for all city agencies. And there are answers specifically for questions with the Department of Education in terms of tablets. If folks have any questions, I'll gladly put my information in the chat box, and you can reach out to me at your convenience. Thank you very much, and stay well, folks.
Thank you, Suri. The same to you. What date is the town hall?
It's next Wednesday at 5 p.m. BronxNet, and we'll have different social medias, specifically Facebook and other channels, streaming the same town hall. And it's going to be available in the main language is English, but there's going to be interpretation in Spanish and French.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cynthia.
Mariel.
Ay, Mariel, ¿cómo estamos? Hello?
Sorry, can I speak after the next person?
Sure.
Go.
So we have Christina from the DA's office.
Christina?
I think she dropped off. Okay, she dropped. Oh, no, she's here. I'm sorry. Hi, Christina.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Good, and yourself?
I'm well.
Good.
So Christina from the office community court from the community so constituent services. We're still remote. Not sure what my background is. We're still remote at the moment. But if you have any issues related to crime and you'd like to reach out to an ADA or find out how to see a case, you can contact us at 718-590-2272. Again, that number is 718-590-2272. I put it early in the chat, but I'll put it in again. And also, if you're looking for services for crime victims, or if you yourself are a crime victim, you can reach out to our Crime Victims Assistance Unit at 718-590-2115. And if you're interested in community workshops, we have taken our community workshops virtual. A lot of them are youth targeted. We talk about gang awareness, peer pressure, internet safety, cyberbullying, those are the type of topics that we cover. You can reach out to Robert Spencer at 347-203-0355. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Christina. The same to you. And be safe.
Maria, you ready?
Yes, thank you so much. And hi, Bobby. Sorry, I had to step up to go do something. But
It wouldn't be you to make me wait.
oh, hello. All right. Well, I appreciate being able to go a little earlier. But my name is Maria de la Cruz. I am the Bronx Borough Director for New York City Comptroller Scott Stringer. There's a lot of background noise. I'm not sure if people can hear me through it. Okay.
Can I please, time out, can I please ask everybody, if you have your mic open, to mute it, so like this we can get the accurate reports?
Thank you. And I know, sorry about that. So basically, I just have two quick announcements. The first announcement is that we have a college internship, and it is paid for people that are in undergraduate school and in graduate school. And again, in this opportunity for people that are interested in civil service to learn what our office does, to have an opportunity to interact with the controller's office. And then secondly, I just wanted to announce that we're having a town hall. So there's lots of town halls happening next week, but our town hall is an opportunity to ask the controller questions directly about the work that he's done and the work that he's continued to do as controller. Again, this is an opportunity for, I guess, information as honest as possible from the comptroller. If it were in person, it would be a much better experience. So I apologize, we're not doing in-person events as of yet. But I need more people from Community Board 2 to be in attendance. We are working with a lot of community partners, a lot of the local elected officials. And again, if you want to hear clear answers from the controller, feel free to join in. The RSVP on the chat, I will re-put it on the chat, but if people want me to send them the RSVP individually, please, just put your email in the chat and I will send it over to you. So again, this is like an opportunity for you to connect with the controller. I know a lot of folks, the controller's job is not as tangible as others, but it does have an impact on what the city does or ideas for how the city can improve and make our lives better. So again, Maria de la Cruz, the comptroller's office, we're also having a Black History Month event, but we don't have a flyer yet. So once you have a flyer, Cynthia, I'll send it to you, and you can send it out. And thank you so much to office staff, Cynthia and Ralph, for always taking my calls and sending information forward to the community. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And just a heads up, if you do not RSVP, you will not get the link. So you must RSVP to get the link.
And it's February 3rd, which is Wednesday as well, February 3rd at 6 p.m. So folks can do the mayor's one and then come to ours, and it's going to be a great night for you.
Just send a flyer to the office like that. We can send it out through our mailing address.
So I'll do it because I know Cynthia has, but always to keep it on top, I'll send her the flyer for the town hall and the college internship as well.
Thank you.
Okay. We have Jose Rodriguez. Jose?
How are you folks? Good evening. Hey, Bobby, how you doing?
Good. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. And yourself? Cynthia, how are you? Nice Snapple bottle.
Thank you.
Really quick, Jose Rodriguez from Councilmember Diana Ayala's office, her chief of staff. Just want to make an important announcement. Happy New Year to everyone. Member actually has been appointed the new chair of the Committee on Consumer Affairs and Business Licensing. The Committee on Consumer Affairs has jurisdiction over the New York City's Department of Consumer Affairs and Office of Nightlife, including practices and policies relating to New Yorkers' consumer rights. As the newly appointed chair of the Consumer Affairs Business Licensing Committee, the council member is honored and equally excited to have the opportunity to participate and to be appointed as chair of this particular committee. And having witnessed the committee oversight on worker protection and related women's issue, she's not only thrilled but also looks forward to building on a legacy of her colleagues as well. Just really quickly, I just want to make an announcement in terms of January 4th, on Monday, January 4th, the application process for community-based organizations wishing to apply for discretionary funding has commenced, and the deadline for submission on that, for discretionary funding, that is February the 16th. Also, for capital funding, that process has also commenced, and the deadline varies depending on the source of funding that your group has requested for capital funding. And on Thursday, February the 25th at 5 p.m., applies for projects requesting funding from the borough president. This includes groups that are also requesting funding from the council or the Department of Consumer Affairs. And then on Thursday, March the 25th at 5 p.m. is the deadline for capital funding, which applies for projects not only requesting from the council, and also the Department of Cultural Affairs. Lastly, I just want to say that two items, actually. There's an introduction that the council member introduced. It was a bill, 2188, and this bill regulates the police department's response to children in emotional crisis within the public school system. Specifically, the bill establishes procedure for the department personnel responding to children in emotional crisis and limits the use of mechanical restraints, i.e. handcuffs, on children with emotional crisis. Additionally, safety personnel will be required to receive training on identifying and responding to children in emotional crisis. And as we know, from time to time, this can be individuals, who are dealing with the emotional issues and having responding to those emotional crises. Having the restraints on them can only exacerbate the issue. And we believe that this particular bill will only help not only calm the situation, but also treat the individual at hand. Lastly, Councilmember Ayala, along with fellow Councilmember Vanessa Gibson, formally submitted a letter of request for the use of the Yankee Stadium as a mass COVID vaccine distribution site in the South Bronx to help vaccinate all first responders, essential workers, older residents with underlying health conditions in one of the hardest hit areas of New York City, which is the borough of the Bronx. And as you know, Yankee Stadium, as well as Met Stadium, Shea Stadium, Citi Field, I should say, have been designated as 24-hour hub sites. Unfortunately, there is a vaccine shortage, as Soraya had indicated, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention that Councilmember Ayala, as well as Vanessa Gibson, had formally articulated to the Yankee organization to avail themselves of opening up their stadium for such use. Thank you very much, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Jose, and give my regards to the council member.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Bobby. It's good to see you as always.
Good seeing you again, bro.
Okay, so we have Brian Polanco.
Hey, I'm here. Okay. Everybody, hope everybody's doing well. My name is Brian Polanco. I'm the Bronx Borough Advocate for the Office of the Public Advocate. Just to get some logistical things out the way, our office is still doing remote constituent services. The phone number for our constituent services department is 212-669-7250. Again, 212-669-7250. The email is gethelp@advocate.nyc.gov. Again, gethelp@advocate.nyc.gov. And I just have one quick update for you all. Our office is currently holding an event on parole reform for the 28th, which is tomorrow. I'll be sending that link out onto the chat. But outside of that, it's business as usual. I really hope that everybody's doing well. Anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me. My email is bpolanco@advocate.nyc.gov. Again, bpolanco@advocate.nyc.gov. Any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me.
Thank you, Brian. And I believe our district manager will probably be reaching out to you to discuss a few issues.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
So we have Angel Betancourt.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Just a couple of updates from our office.
Which office?
Yes, thank you.
Manager Biaggi, I'm sorry. As always, your concerns don't go unheard. And, I take diligent notes and continue to report back to the senator to try to improve, everyone's quality of life through Department of Transportation, labor, and all of it. So I just want to make that clear to everyone. As well as our office is preparing for Black History Month, and we're going to be honoring Black-owned businesses, community leaders, and artists. And actually, we're going to be honoring someone from this community board, Mr. Larry Robinson, chairman of the youth committee. So more information on that will be coming. We worked with HPAC to allocate the recommended funding to the tutoring program. So that's going to benefit the kids, obviously, in the district and our future leaders. As well as Senator Biaggi will be joining the comptroller, Scott Stringer, for the South Bronx Town Hall on February 3rd as well. And just another update, just like everyone else is saying, our office hours, our constituent service hours are all remote as well. So I will drop my information again in the box so everyone can have it. All right, I hope everyone has a good evening.
Thank you. Give our regards to the senator, but I understand that there was a meeting that she felt that I was abrupt on her. I have not seen her. I don't know her. But supposedly somebody said that I was abrupt on her and that I was a little rough on her, even though she's not there. And I will state what I have to state, whether the elected officials there or not. I've done it when elected officials have been on and elected officials not on. I will not hide when there's certain true factors out there. And so if she wishes to have a discussion with me, I have no problems in meeting with her. But to start assuming that I am going to be a person not to talk to, I think that that's wrong, and that's not very smart politics on my side. That's the way I see it. And I'm glad that you're doing Black History Month. We can't do it in the woods. We had done it 2 years ago. We haven't been able to do it ever since because of now, especially since COVID, and there is no place for us to do this. I'm glad that you're recognizing one of our board members, but I'm sure that the senator probably I know she has a pretty big district, but I'm sure that if she would have reached out to the board, could have given her more candidates besides Larry that have struggled in this community, just like Larry, and have history in this community and have shed blood in this community, just like Larry.
All right. Ben, can I help you?
So I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, most definitely. Concerns do not go unheard. Definitely, your messaging definitely makes it up to the senator's ears. So I'll reach out to
So what do you have to do?
before scheduling something with her.
Thank you. Cynthia?
Victor Martinez.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet everyone.
Hello.
So my name is Victor Martinez. I'm the Deputy District Director for Congressman Richie Torres. We just started recently, like in 3 weeks ago. As you know, we could quickly, the congressman, basically the first week officially working, he had to vote to impeach now former President Trump. And the other things that I have is that he was appointed to the Financial Services Committee and Homeland Security Committee. The Financial Services Committee especially works a lot with housing issues, and that's something that he's going to be working a lot during his term. The other thing is that we are actually seeing constituents in our office, but just by appointment. You can call to our office to 718-503-9610. And again, I'm also going to add my information on the chat as well that you can contact me. The other thing is that the congressman, he co-led...
Mr. Torres, wait a second. Somebody's got their mics open. And I will continue stopping them. It's not being fair to the presenters. Thank you. Yes,
So
sir.
the other things that the congressman has been able to do these past weeks is that he co-led a letter with Representative Ocasio-Cortez seeking federal intervention related to the Hunts Point market strike. At least we didn't have to get to that point, but we were already prepared with the federal government to intervene in any case. The other thing is that he called upon United Healthcare to restore medical benefits to 60,000 New Yorkers in the city. Demanded as well how to illegal ICE deportations during the weekend. And the other thing is that he requested President Biden to release federal funds to restore and to the restoration and recovery of Puerto Rico. So that's some of the things that we have been working for the past weeks. There's a lot that is coming up. One of the things that are going to come in the next week or so is that the Congressman is going to present legislation to increase the child tax credit that is going to support many families in our district. And there's many other things that we're working on. And any questions, just let me know. And it's great to be here.
Can you do me a favor? Just make sure you have your email on the chat so that way I can always email you our meeting.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
And I had the pleasure to sit down with the congressman. He was going to give me only 10 minutes, and he gave me 45 minutes to discuss the issues of our community. And I want to thank him for that. I wish all the other, some of the other new elected officials would do the same thing, but unfortunately, can't bring anybody to do what they don't want to do. But again, I want to stress that Congressman Torres has been very open to the office. He has spoken with our district manager on several issues, as well as with me. So I want to let him know that I send my regards and I thank him, Mr. Martinez.
I will let him know. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Okay, we have Kelvin.
Who?
Kelvin Cabrera.
Kelvin Cabrera.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kelvin. By the way, I want to say it's a lot of information that was covered today, so I'll try to make my report as short as possible. I want to thank everyone here. I want to thank Chairman, District Manager, Cynthia Baez, and everyone.
Mr. Cabrera, before you go anywhere, what office?
Chantel Jackson.
Oh, okay. She's my assemblywoman.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Acevedo.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So my name is Kelvin. I'm from the Office of Assemblymember Chantel Jackson. I am the Constituent Services Director at the office. I do a lot of the constituent services part of the office. So if anyone that you know that needs assistance with pretty much anything you can think of regards to constituent service, if we can't help you there in the office, we will find you someone who can and refer you. I have provided my information in the chat. I've also wanted to inform the board that on February 4th, next Thursday, we are having our very first community conversation, and it'll be an opportunity to engage in conversation with that community district, and you'll be able to ask we're asking all of our local community members to join in helping address concerns. So any concerns that you have in your district, in your communities, it will be a great place to discuss that. I've also added the link to register for on there as well.
Where is it going to be at? What time? What date?
Scheduled for 6 o'clock, February 4th.
6 p.m.
Thursday.
Where?
6 p.m. Via Zoom, remote.
Okay. So please send Cynthia the info so like that she can forward it out to the board and all our visitors that are online today.
Sounds good. I will definitely do that. And on top of that, I just want to share my thank yous. And of course, we've been getting a lot of calls regarding COVID-19 vaccines, and we understand there's a lot of shortages. but there are still constituents that don't know how they can begin even the process of scheduling an appointment. So if you know a senior or anyone who would like to know where there's an office, where there's a location, we can show them or guide them through a location near them, so they can give us a call. Again, I've provided information in the chat, but I look forward to connecting with you all and to continue this relationship. Thank you, and have a blessed evening, everybody.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Bobby.
Yes.
I wanted to ask the young man that represents Congressman Torres' office. Does he have any plans on, once the COVID is over, meeting with the community in reference to the one that he serves here in Hunts Point?
Is Victor on?
Yeah, I'm on. So I will say, if you can send me your contact information, I already included my email and my cell phone number on the chat.
Okay.
If you can connect with me, we can coordinate something.
Also, Victor, what you can also do is, because Miss Paula Kanya Fields, she is very involved with the 41 Precinct Council. And I see that the president of the council is on, but maybe he can come to one of the meetings of the council, the precinct council. I should not be making the invitation, but since it's something that has to do with the community, if he can do something like that, then we can maybe we can then everybody can be part of the meeting.
Yeah, I would say, like, connect with me and we will make it happen. So send me that information.
Thank you, Mr. Franco. Yeah, I thank you. I appreciate that. I'll reach out to Mr. Martinez. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else, Cynthia?
Mr.
Not that I know of.
Mr. Chair.
Altagracia, yes, can I help you?
Okay, I want to say good night and thank you, because I have to do something. And I can send them you. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Okay, we are now finished with the elected officials report. And before we go into the committee's report, I just want to thank Urban Health, who made all attempts to reach out to the community together with Cynthia and Danielle. For the COVID vaccination that they had there. I know that they're looking at becoming a permanent site, but I want to congratulate Urban Health on that, and I want to thank Louis on his effort, Cynthia on her effort on our side, and Danielle on our side. To have reached out to everybody that they were able to for COVID vaccination. So, thank you. With that,
I just want to, Bobby, I just want to add, I just want to thank you on behalf of Urban Health and our CEO, Paloma Hernandez. She's been very, very active this week. In the beginning of the week, she's been having conversation with the state. So, yes, definitely. There's good news coming in. As you know, there's more vaccines coming in. So we're going to be really involved in many work with the state and also with our community and our patients.
Thank you, Louis. With that, we're going to go to our committee minutes and reports. So the first one is Housing and Land Use, the chair, which I made permanent on the executive committee, so I will state it now. The permanent chair of the Housing Land Use Committee is Ms. Paula Kanya Fields. Or Ms. Fields
Kanya.
Yeah.
I just want to say I was away last week and I wasn't able to send in my minutes, but I do have in front of me, and I will send it to Cynthia as soon as the meeting is over. We just had a brief update from East Meany, the HPD ambassador for this district, in reference to the Peninsula project, and she just basically went into numbers and giving an update on the status of it. She also assured that, they were going to check and look into the hiring of more minority business and women in the district to finish up the project. And we also had a presentation done by the Fox Street Development presentation, and it was the Fox Street, was formerly the Fox Street Port Apache Boxing Center right there on Fox Street. They're building a development, which is a way of, they didn't have to come to the board and say anything, but they did as great community partners. And they gave us a presentation on actually what they're building and how it's going to be built. The location, as I said, would be where Fort Apache Boxing Gym was on Fox Street off 167th Street. It goes into 169th. Okay, so the building is going to be built there, and it's going to have a recreation gym and after-school program downstairs. It's also going to have a garden attached to it. And they just came and gave a presentation, and it's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week security system that's linked to the precinct. It's an Ella project from HPD, and is anyone from the project here?
Yes, Lauren George, she's here.
Hi, yes, and also Jonathan Butler from Radson Development is here.
Okay, thank you.
But we understood just your questions.
I'm
right?
sorry, I couldn't pronounce his last name, so I'm glad.
That's okay. No, that's cool.
Okay, so then basically they need a letter of support for this project, and I am definitely co-signing on this project because it's going to be a great reward for the community, especially since it has a boxing gym recreation center attached to it. So they'll fill you in later on while they have their presentation. That's my report for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. Just so like that, we give a little bit more information. I believe that there is discussion between Radson Development with Urban Health to run the program in that particular location. Everybody might remember this location as the old
Fort Apache
Boxing Club. So that's the site that they're talking about. Also with the land that's adjacent to the Fort Apache Boxing Club. And so they have it as of right, which means that they could do it. But what they want to do is get a letter of support from the board because they want to show their investors that that the board is interested in it. I personally have made it that it should be called the Dr. Izquierdo Boxing Club, for the Fort Apache Dr. Izquierdo Boxing Club.
Yes.
We wanted Ms. Polanco to be part of the programming. Here's the issue here. We have it's not an issue. It's something that is something good for the community. We right now have the rec center over by Lafayette
Hunts Point.
In Hunts Point, and then we got the PAL. And we all know that it becomes a little hard for our kids to go to a place that's closed, like the PAL. And it's very hard for our kids on the Longwood side to cross over to the Bruckner side to get to the Hunts Point Recreation Center. So this is going to be our recreation center on this side and throughout Community Board 2 and Community Board 3 and 1 and 4 and whoever wants to be part of it. They want to make a boxing club out of there, plus run other after-school programs there, which Ms. Hernandez has stated that she has no objection in running. From what I understand, Louis, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that there's been discussions, strong discussions. So, Luis, I'm going to ask you, is this true that there has been discussions?
Yes, there's been conversation between our CEO, Urban Health, and the development in terms of Urban Health running the youth program. As you may know, Urban has different programs within Urban Health that have to deal with youth. We have the Club TIA, we have the Adolescent Health Awareness Center, and we're just having all those conversations to see how we can somehow incorporate some of the services that we're providing right now, and in addition to that, enhance whatever it needs to be enhanced at that point.
Thank you. I also like
Bobby,
to... Yes,
I
ma'am.
was going to say one thing that I didn't mention.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, they are willing to partner with the community board and do the seminars for the housing.
Right.
They have committed to that, so I want everyone to know that. That's a key point.
Right. They're willing to work to do the outreach with the board, and also they, from my understanding, that there's a boxing team in the 4-1 precinct. I saw that Claribel was on. I don't know if she's still on, but I hope she took me on my offer that I said I will not box against the captain.
I'm here, Bobby. I'm here, Bobby.
Okay. I will not box against.
I thought you said you weren't going to box against the cola.
Listen, if that's the case, then I'll box against the captain then. All right?
I guess Bobby is smart enough. He wants us to take down.
Yeah, I'd rather fight against the captain than Sokola.
Clarabelle speaks for me, man. Clarabelle speaks for me.
So what they're seeking is a letter of support so like that they can show to their board of directors that they have made a presentation to the board. And as you already heard, the chair of the housing committee has met with them, and she feels very strongly about them. And so now I need a motion to accept that they get a letter that Radson Development requests a letter of support for mixed-use projects planned to develop at 1107-1111 Fox Street. Is there a motion?
I give a motion, Jeffrey Korn.
Whoa. Jeff Korn makes the motion?
Yes.
Maggie second. All right. So we're going to do it this way like I always do it. Is there anybody against this particular motion? Is there anybody against this motion?
No.
All right. Is there anyone abstaining from this motion?
Bobby, as you know, I work at Urban Health Plan, so I cannot vote. So this my name is Luis Marrero.
Correct. Thank you. Anybody else abstaining? No, not hearing none. I will then take it as a one abstention and I guess 26 votes for
to pass.
So the motion passed.
Yeah.
Okay. Lori, where are you? I lost you. Hey.
Perdona que tengo mi hija aquí. Hey, hi. This is Lauren. Hi. Thank you, everybody. We will be back to the board to report as soon as we have more information about the project and as it progresses. So thank you very much.
Please
Thank
do.
you.
Please do.
This is John Butler. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For your support.
You're also welcome.
And we look to make you proud.
I listen. You guys got big shoes to fill with the boxing club. So, you know, George Patterson and Bobby Butler were names of this community. You know, besides the doctor. So you got
absolutely. I'll strive for the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Next we have Economic Development, Maria.
Hello. Very quickly, we didn't have any voting items, and LaShawn Lindsay, a board member, gave a presentation about resume interviews, like a workshop for us, which was very helpful to a lot of the board members. And that's about it that I would say. So I did actually submit minutes for the first time in a long time. I'm back on. And that was it.
It was a very interesting discussion and meeting. I've learned that I'm not going to wear no more cologne. So, look, I don't offend anybody. But anyway, it was very good. It was a good presentation. And I think that anybody that's listening in today, please reach out to, if you want to know more. LaShawn has a good presentation, and you should talk to her about the presentation. Is that okay, LaShawn?
LaShawn's not in here today, but she is trying to start a workshop to have for everyone. And then I think this is really good for people that have youth groups. So like Club Tia and things like that, they should request her to do the presentation to them.
Yeah, I thought I had seen her name before. Okay, thank you. The next one is Pastor John.
Yes.
Pastor John, you're on.
Yes.
How you doing, Pastor John?
I'm okay.
Good.
Can you do me a favor, please?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm finding it difficult to read the item on the agenda, please.
Yes.
Can you help
I'll
me
read it for you. I'll read it. So it says this item has been tabled for the February 2021 FLP meeting. It's a new application for La Finca Bar and Grill located at 960 East 165th Street, Bronx, New York 10459. They are applying for a full license. They have recorded music as well as a jukebox. The establishment will have a menu that meets legal minimum food availability requirements. There is no outdoor permit for this location. This is also a transfer application from existing licensed business named Éxito Bar and Lounge, serial number 1288546 to Albin Infante. So that's, you can go ahead, Pastor John.
Thank you very much. Yes, the committee voted to table this particular application because for the past 2 months, we have not been able to get the information that we've been requesting from them. And not only that, we all know the issues we've been having with the establishment. And this new company that is coming in, or business that is coming in, they're buying over the Éxito, and their plan was to continue to operate with the previous stipulations. But we have received so many complaints from the community residents in the area, and we want to make sure that, in reviewing the application, we put in place certain stipulations that will allow us to have a good quality of life, not just, repeating the same mistake that we've made in the past with the previous business owners. So we're looking forward to meeting with the business owners again next month, and hopefully they'll be able to come up with the things we requested so that we can review and send it back to the general board.
Just so that people know what we were asking for. As everybody knows, Éxito has been a problem to this community. There's been many fights. There have been some stabbings. They've been
robbery.
Excuse me?
Robbery, stabbing, shootings.
Stabbing, shootings in that particular, coming out of that particular location. What we have asked the new owner is that he supposedly took over a place similar to Éxito in the 4-4 precinct. We have asked him to produce to us a letter from the 4-4 precinct from the commanding officer of the 4th Precinct, which we all know, which is Inspector DeSeglia, and a letter from the Community Board, Community Board 4, and who was the other one, Cynthia? Anybody else?
It was just a letter from the security company, licensed security company.
And a contract and the licenses of the security officers that will be working there. None of it has been produced to us.
No, he sent the security license. I sent it to you, and I sent it to Reverend John as well as Acevedo. He sent the security license as well as the letter from the 44th Precinct.
From what I understood from Ralph last night, that letter was not signed by DeSeglia. Am I correct?
I could check, but I saw 2 signatures there. I saw one from Robert Oliverio and one from DeSeglia.
Okay, all right.
Give me a second. I'll bring it up right now.
No, it's all right. I'll no. Sit down. Don't worry about it. I take your word. Trust me. I take your word. I just wanted to make sure that there was some they had produced something, but they still
the only thing that they just didn't produce the Community Board 4
right
letter.
Right, and I think that Ralph was going to be reaching out to Paul Phillips, which is the district manager in Community Board 4, to find out what's their position, and that for them to put it in writing, like that we have it on our files.
Yeah.
And so that's the only thing, I guess. If they produce the other things, then that's the only thing that they still have to do. But however, we put it off to for the month of February. If by then we don't have it, then I guess I can't dictate what the committee's going to do, but that's what's happening. It's not a voting item right now, so please understand that, okay?
Okay, so we just wanted to inform the board that they're going to be coming next month with everything in place, and that's it.
Yes. Louis, Health and Human Services.
Yes, I'm here. So basically, up to during this month meeting, we had a presentation from Dr. Viju Jacob. He's basically the chair of the COVID Strategic at Urban Health Plan. And since you know the rolling of the vaccine is already out there, and there's many people, well, there's not many people. Today we have a presentation that.
Hello?
Distrust anything that have to do with the vaccine, and the only way we can, convince people is by educating them and not scaring them about the effects or no effects of the vaccines. So basically, this month we had Dr. Viju, and he's the one who's running, like I said before, the task force. He's the chair of the task force at Urban Health Plan. And basically, he came and did a presentation, and he spoke about the vaccine. He spoke about who should get the vaccine. Is the vaccine safe? He spoke about the trials that have been done with the vaccine, the two kind of vaccines that we have, the Pfizer and Moderna, the effectiveness of the vaccine, side effects, and who is recommended at this point to get the vaccine. And it was a really good presentation because at least I can tell you that I learned things that I didn't know. I hope other people have learned new stuff about the vaccine. As we know, this rolling of the vaccine is expanding more and more. And if you're still not sure about the vaccine, it's good for you to, any opportunity that you have to educate yourself and get more information about it. I can tell you about the presentation that I had today. 71% of the people are willing to receive the vaccine. So it's been increasing little by little, although in the beginning of by summer, there was like 50% that was willing to get the vaccine. So that was basically our presentation. If you have any question, more than welcome to get it.
And if anyone, Louis does have minutes. I can, if you're interested in his minutes, I can email them to you.
Yeah, the
Leave your
presentation
information in the chat.
Yeah, the presentation that the Dr. Viju provided to the committee is part of the minutes.
Yes.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
Hi, Louis. Thanks.
Hello.
I was in that presentation. I did learn something. However, I wanted to ask you, who decides and how is it that I heard today that people of color are 4 times less likely to get the vaccine because, Caucasian people get it 18% higher than people of brown communities, and I want to know who has control over who gets what and how much is distributed.
No, what the government, what the government said, that the vaccine is distributed based on the amount of people per location. So if let's say this state have more people, you're gonna get more vaccine. So it's gonna be based on the amount of people who live. So they just want to make sure they make it fair. The distribution is fair. So the distribution is based on the amount of people.
But it's not being done fairly. I just heard you say that 71% of the people that you spoke to agreed to take the vaccine. However,
no, that was a study that was done that I heard today in a presentation.
Okay, so why don't they have access to it? Because with the data, why is it that other people getting it more than we are, and we got the highest rate of COVID in our district?
Can I say something as well?
Yes, who's this?
Evelyn.
Yes.
Yes.
I work at Lincoln, right? And a lot of the people that are having their vaccination in Lincoln, they come from other places. Why? Because many of our community don't want to get vaccinated. They come into the hospital. They ask them to come and get their vaccine. They don't want to be vaccinated. So they give it to the people who are qualified to be able to get the vaccine that time, because they cannot waste time or effort to be able to give that vaccine.
Yeah, okay, so has Lincoln Hospital notified the borough of the Bronx that they have it there? I mean,
No.
Paul, I mean, how do people know? I mean, if you give it to other people,
the people know. The people know.
I didn't know that.
Time out. Now, let's not all beat up on Louis. Louis just giving out information.
Right.
No, it's not a beat up. First of all, let's use the word properly. When we're not beating them, we're having a discussion.
No. The information. Well, Paula, just to be fair, I listen to the news every day, and the information is out there. I know DOH, City Department of Health, they do have a resource directory. They have a telephone number, and people, and they've been announcing it because I hear it, and I know the telephone number because I heard it in the news. So the information is out there. I believe it may take little by little when people just finally get it. Now, like the other person was saying.
Louis, can I answer Paula, because I think that maybe I can clarify a little bit.
Sure.
Everybody, I thank you. Everybody is aware that they took different categories, right?
Yes.
The nursing homes went first.
Correct.
Go ahead.
Okay, nursing homes went first, so we're already clear with that. Then went, certain people. So everybody was put on a category that did like 1A, 1B, whatever it was. So right now, the people who got the first vaccine are the only ones that are promised a second vaccine. We do have a shortage, but they're working on opening it up to everybody. When I was calling people to convince them or to tell them or the benefits and everything, I had a lot of people of color, brown and black people, telling me that they were listening to other people. They cited the Tuskegee Airmen. They cited that they're guinea pigs. It took a long time for me to talk to people to convince them. So our job right now, Paula, is to tell people that this is the only way we're going to get through this. The only way that we're going to get past COVID is with the vaccine and with the mask and with the social distance. But everybody's going to get a chance to get it, but there are people that are in higher risk than other people. So they're doing it by sections, but everybody will get a chance, but some people are going to be much later. But we have to talk to our own people and tell them that we're the ones dying from this. We're the ones getting sicker. We're the ones it's spreading quick in our communities. So it's our job to try to convince them. And I know there's a bad history with medication. There's a bad history of people experimenting. But we have to make a decision as to how quick we're going to get through this, and that is through the vaccine. But everybody will get a chance, but they're taking one population and moving from there.
Okay, thank you, Julia. That was just
Did that answer
yes,
it? I'm sorry.
Yes, it does.
Hold up. Also, I agree, Paula, I also agree with you. You know, we've been hit the hardest. You know, black and brown people have been hit the hardest, and the records show it. Because unfortunately, our healthcare is not as good as other communities, and so it becomes somewhat of a concern. And I sort of blame the previous administration. They didn't order enough. We have over 300 million people in the United States. They only ordered like 100 million vaccinations. So if everybody's supposed to get double shot, that only means that it's only 50 million. So they have to spread that out. But I understand as of today, I heard that the governor is talking about with the president, and that New York is in line to get their 3 months allocation plus another 16% added onto that in order to start catching up with what we have. Here's the problem. Yeah. Here is the problem. They don't mention where these vaccinations are going. They don't have the approved sites yet. You know, so for instance, Urban Health is an approved site because it's a medical center, but we're waiting also for Maria Torres because the Point is going to be certified for testing as well as giving out the vaccination. So, you know, we need more locations, and that is the problem, because once we have the vaccination, then the problem becomes is that we don't have enough locations. So that's the concern I have.
Chairman. But Louis and Paula, one thing, we got to make sure that our people will take the vaccination. We don't want them giving it to us and then there's nobody to take it. So if us as leaders, we go out and tell people, you know what, if we fight for ours, then they'll bring it to our community. It's up to us to fight for it, but it's up to us to also convince people. So the more we tell people, get it done, the quicker we'll get through this. But we can't bring vaccination to this community and then have a bunch of people saying no, because that's what initially happened. So it's our job to do it. So, Paula, I hope I was helpful.
You were. Thank you very much.
And you know, I've been calm.
That movement.
I took my shot, and you guys see that I'm calm today. So, But everybody's correct in what they're saying, and you know, what the government's just afraid of is that unused vaccination will become a problem down the road.
And you know what? Those who have gotten the vaccine, they know that although Twitter vaccine is so fast, the process to get there, the process that is in place by the government, because it's not the location who put the processing, you know, in place. It's like you have to fill out paperwork, you have to go in the website. It's a whole bunch of work. So although it may take the vaccine may be fast, the process is a little longer. In addition to that, once you get the vaccine, you have to wait 15 minutes wherever you are in order for you to go, you know, to leave. So it's a process. It might take you maybe about between half hour and 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, just once you go in. Because not everybody is computer literate. so it's hard. The process is difficult. Hopefully that's something that they should look into it and improve that process.
Thank you, Louis.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have you.
Larry.
Yeah, I'm here, Bobby.
Okay.
Well, Wednesday, January 20th at 6 o'clock, we had the youth meeting. The amount of people turned out was a lot. And I can tell you guys, look at my presentation. We had a lot of people that want to say something. We introduced them. They said what's on their mind. And they got a lot of activities going on. There's a lot of things happening that can assist our kids now and in the future. That's about it.
Larry, what happened with your meeting today with the special events? I thought you guys had a meeting today at 12.
Well, I couldn't attend the meeting. I already told Cynthia and Ralph and Vida I couldn't attend it because I broke my glasses. So I needed my glasses. I had to go see the eye doctor. By the time I got back, they told me the meeting was over. I don't know what happened, what went down, or nothing.
All right. So is that going to be rescheduled, or what's the story? Because your time period that you wanted to do this giveaway is coming up short.
I really don't know. I know it's short, but I think it could be done, Bobby. But Bobby, I have a problem. I just seen that you and Ralph have a problem. I don't know if it's a problem with me or other board members, but it seems like with new ideas, new approaches, new events, new members come aboard, they try a different approach as far as community leadership. I think you guys resist that. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Because I've been a community board member for a number of years. I remember I didn't want to get in this business, and Sister Thomas used to always bother me, but I knew Father Gadsby, we used to play stickball and all that stuff together on Fox Street right in front of the church. And I'm just trying to figure out why am I a community board member and the community board don't want people like me that wants to help the youth in the community that have a better life than me. I was fortunate to be on for 4 years at CCNY, City College of New York, and my major was history. And I try to tell people that you need to get an education, you need to go to school. And when other people got new ideas, the new ideas are constantly blocked. People are being pulled down, and they're making efforts to make this community better. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Why are we board members if we don't have a say-so in what's going on in this community?
Are you going to let me say what I got to say, or are you going to take the whole night?
Go ahead, say what you got to say, Bobby.
Okay. Nobody is resistant to new ideas. Okay? What happened on Monday was that the entire board had voted that you were going to have your event in April or May. Somewhere along the way, April and May got changed to February. All right? And my concern was who authorized it, because nobody here knew. I didn't know. Louis and Ralph didn't know. Okay? And so I wanted to know who authorized it. Nobody's against what you want to do. The thing is, how is it done? What were you going to do? Because you said, oh, we're going to do this. But you didn't tell me what it was. I didn't know anything about it. You've seen me 1,000 times since last board meeting. Since the last board meeting, you've seen me 1,000 times. Have you brought it to my attention? No. So who authorized this? Nobody. I didn't know about it. Ralph didn't know about it. We got shorthanded on this thing. We got ambushed. Ralph and I got ambushed on this idea. Okay?
It was an idea, Bobby, that formulated to that point where we was just breaking it up. We didn't tell nobody it was mandatory. We were trying to inform people that this was a good idea.
Even if it's an idea, at least talk to us. At least talk to us, because if somebody else from the community would have said, "Hey, when are you having this event?" and I'm still standing there looking like a dummy because I don't know nothing about the event.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen.
Sorry, don't say that people have always objected. Nobody has ever objected to you. Nobody has ever objected to anybody's new ideas. The only thing that has happened is because of the COVID situation now, yes, a lot of things get questioned because of the fact of the infection rate of the COVID. And now it's being created even stronger and faster. It can be transmitted even faster than before. So there has to be a concern because you're talking about our kids. Our kids. And if we can't understand that, then we really have a problem. It has nothing to do about you or any other board member. Any board members come to me with an idea, I always say, let's look at it, and then I support it. I've never turned a board member down. As long as there's safety to the kids and safety to the community.
But we move on, please, because time is consuming. It's 8:08, and you guys can sidebar after the meeting, please.
Another thing, wait a minute. Another thing, too, you made me feel very insulted when you said that I basically was not qualified for that Black History Award. I think that's a lot of crap. That's not a crap, Bob. That's how you made me feel. You made me feel that I don't do nothing in this community. I do a lot of stuff in this community.
I didn't say that. I will say what I gotta say. And
Larry. Hold on, this is something that we need to.
Time out.
No. Listen to me.
Hold on. Wait a second. I never said that he wasn't qualified.
Bobby, this is Julia. This is something that we shouldn't probably be discussing at a full board meeting.
I didn't bring it out. He did.
No, Bobby, I agree with you.
That's right, because I wanted to say that. That's what I had to say. I said what I had to say.
Because you know you got people that are going to jump in and not let me say what I got to say.
I don't need nobody jumping for me. I said what I got to say. That's on my mind. I don't need nobody jumping for me. My name is Larry.
Please just move on.
I'm talking for myself.
You got anything to say on your report?
Let's move on.
B, you got anything to say on your report?
Listen to me. Larry.
B, do you have anything to say on your report, B?
I don't have anything to say.
Larry, we're doing committee report. That has nothing to do with committee report. Let's squash it. Let's move on to the next one, and this has to be discussed after the meeting or tomorrow. Let's move to the next committee.
Coming up.
All right, so there's nothing else going on for special events, and we have old business. Is there any old business?
Any new business?
Getting old. Me getting old in this meeting.
Any announcements? I know Sokola had an announcement. I'm just not sure if she's still on.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, my love. So go ahead.
Guys. So February 15th, we will be holding a 50th anniversary memorial mass for Detective Joseph Pisciano, who was shot and killed February 15, 1971, while fingerprinting a perp. That's going to take place at St. John Chrysostom, located at 985 East 167th Street. Obviously, there's going to be restriction because of COVID, but a mass will be held, and I want to share the information with all of you guys.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Are you going to have a flyer for that, Sokola?
We're working on all the particulars in regards to this mass. It's not going to be a big memorial mass because of COVID, but we do want to honor this fallen detective.
You didn't think about doing maybe a virtual thing also for the people who cannot come in to the church?
Julia, that's an excellent idea. I would definitely work on that. I love that idea.
Because of safety reasons, I would love to. Okay? Thank you.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. And
maybe you can do it, Sokola, on your like a Twitter, like a live Instagram or something.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
My CEO is still on. He's still on, so he's listening to all the information, and hopefully we could get it done. I don't see why not. It will be great.
That'd be great. Thank you so much.
I wanna revisit last week, the strike. Okay. It was great to be there. The strike, the Teamsters were excellent with us. They treated us well and vice versa. But I want to share a story about my commanding officer that nobody got to see. So during the whole shutdown, and after 2 hours of conversating with the union, with the Teamster, we finally were able to open traffic. And when we opened traffic, one of the strikers was decided to stand in the middle of the street, not to let the trucks into the market. And my commanding officer by himself went and spoke to this gentleman and was able to convince him to move without any incident. And nobody got to see that. Nobody recorded that. And I think, honestly, it needs to be reported of how well the communication between the precinct and the strikers was. And I just wanted to share that story.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good job, Captain.
Yeah, I think that we have a special community where the police department takes part in a lot of the stuff we do. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We love you.
Julia, do you want to mention what's going on with tomorrow with at your place?
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be giving out the Yankee I forgot what they call them, awards from last year. So there were, I believe, 6. Larry can help me. 5. Larry can help me with this. The youth that won the Yankee scholarship. We'll be giving them out tomorrow at 3:30 in front of St. Vincent. Because of COVID, we can't allow anybody in the building, so we're just gonna do a little thing for them, give them their rewards and their awards, and hopefully they'll be happy about it. So thank you, Cynthia.
What time tomorrow?
3:30 in front of St. Vincent. That's the one, 900 in Seville. Now I got to remember because I have 2 of them. 900 in Seville.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other announcements? I think that's it, Julia. Crespo is.
No, I'm on.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for now.
Not hearing any other announcements, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
The roll call.
Roll call.
If you guys are trying to leave me out.
Ivan, roll call.
My favorite part of the meeting. All right, guys. When you hear your name, please let me know you're here, and I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. Delvis Austin Jr. Evelyn Araúz.
Present.
Love Bensacourt. Max Burnett. Luis Castillo.
Here.
Paula Fields Conyers.
Here.
Stephanie Cordero.
Stephanie's been excused for the meeting.
Okay. Robert.
And Miles is still on. He's on mute. So.
You thought she had the Jesus at once? The white and green?
Altagracia Cruz. I think
she's off.
I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm present. Who is that? I'm sorry.
Love.
Okay, thank Love. Thank you, Love.
Okay, Mama. Bye. Good night.
Good night. Julia, you're here. Sasha Jesus.
Here.
Kevin Ellison.
Here.
Sonia Ferguson. Pascual Gomez.
Yvonne.
He was on call.
Yvonne.
Yeah.
Sonia Ferguson was excused because she had to work late today.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So was Stephanie, and so was who else? I forgot. There was some. When you get to the name, I'll remember.
Thank you. Shataria McCoy Gregg.
She was on.
Alexandra Valverde. Jesse Harris. Quan Hunt. Jennifer Kelman. Jeffrey Korn.
Yvonne, Jennifer's excused.
Jeffrey Corn is here.
All right, thank you.
Right, Jennifer. That's who it was, Jennifer.
Sean Lindsay. Tanya Simone Lindquist.
Present.
Barbara Lopez.
Still here.
Roland Lopez.
Here.
Nicholas Mario. Luis Marrero. Cluster.
Here.
I saw her somewhere. I don't know if she's still here. I see her on.
She's still online.
Yeah, I'm here. I see you. Reverend Moses.
Yeah, Moses is here.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Lynette Olmo. Here. Thank you, Maggie.
Maggie's here.
I'm still here. Larry Robinson.
Here.
Sylvia Sanchez.
Here.
Richard Sherman. I know.
Here.
Beyonce. Here.
Here.
Maria Torres. Here. Marilyn Roten.
He's here.
Pastor John Udu.
Yeah. Good night.
All right. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Just for the record, you didn't call my name.
Yes, I did. You didn't hear me. I did call your name.
Okay.
Can I say something? Monique's still on the line?
Did you get Miles? Burnett is here.
Yeah, we got you, Miles.
Thank you.
Monique is on?
Yes, I am here.
Monique, call me, please. It's very important.
Right now?
Right now.
Bobby, you still there?
All right, one bedtime.
Oh, I was supposed to turn this off.
Good night, all.
Bobby, ¿me vas a llamar?
I know. You have been. I'm fine, my key. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You can, if you finish your homework and the sleep, think about man, you just want that very hard. No, remove it. No. Okay. Let's get this. Okay, continue to live with it.
wọn lọ láti iwájú ọba lọ àti tí àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ rẹ̀ méjèèjì láti wádìí ọ̀ràn ti Júdà àti Jerúsálẹ́mù gẹ́gẹ́ bí òfin Ọlọ́run àti ìbẹ̀ ní ọwọ́ rẹ̀ àti láti kó fàdákà àti wúrà tí ọba àti àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ fi tinútinú fi fún Ọlọ́run Ísírẹ́lì àti gbogbo ẹni tí ó wà ní Jerúsálẹ́mù àti gbogbo fàdákà àti wúrà tí ìwọ lè rí ní gbogbo ìgbèríko Bábílónì pẹ̀lú ọrẹ àtinúwá àwọn ènìyàn àti àwọn tí í ṣe ọrẹ àtinúwá fún ilé Ọlọ́run wọn tí ó wà ní Jerúsálẹ́mù kí wọ́n kí ó lè fi owó yíra bí àìjáfara abo màlúù àgbò ọ̀dọ́ àgùntàn àti ọrẹ ohun jíjẹ wọn àti ọrẹ ohun mímu wọn tí ó sì fi wọ́n rúbọ kí orí pẹpẹ ilé Ọlọ́run yìí tí ó wà ní Jerúsálẹ́mù àti ohunkóhun tí ó bá wù ọ́ àti àwọn arákùnrin rẹ̀ láti fi fàdákà àti wúrà yòókù ṣe èyí ni kí èyí yóò ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìfẹ́ Ọlọ́run yìí ohun èlò wọn ni tí a fi fún ọ pẹ̀lú fún ìsìn ilé Ọlọ́run rẹ̀ ní kí wọ́n fi òfin lélẹ̀ níwájú Ọlọ́run ní Jerúsálẹ́mù àti ohunkóhun tí a bá fẹ́